So we go from a toy repainted into Galvatron to a toy remolded from Galvatron. This is Straxus. And rarely we do it, but today we have to take a look at the box. Because this box is kind of nice. So Straxus is part of the very short 40th anniversary celebratory comic books inspired line, and thus its artwork is made to look like the Marvel Comics, of which I've never read. It even has an opening flap to reveal a bio of Straxus and where Straxus would hang out. So let's get a closer shot of the box. Him fighting Blaster for some reason. An Optimus in the corner. More than meets the eye. Oh, I see, the Blaster and Straxus battle between two worlds. Yep, frickin' 40th anniversary. This definitely looks like the cover of a comic book. On the side, you get comic book panels. There's Straxus doing something. There's his alt mode. There's him fighting Blaster. Oh, he's kicking a dude. He's kicking a dude. Oh, I see the Insecticons up in the very top. And just that guy. On the other side, you get some more artwork of Straxus. On the top, that's Straxus commanding things. I'm not sure, he's doing something. In the back, you get him doing more things. Still fighting Blaster, except this time Blaster gets a kick in. And if you want, I'll give you a close-up of the bio to read it. But I think it boils down to giant asshole. Rules over the smelting pools of Polyhex, melting down Autobots and neutral Cybertronians into metal to be reused by the Decepticons. Though he only reigns over a small corner of the galaxy, all know there's no mercy in his domain. Only death! So, yeah. Straxus, formerly known as Darkmount, back in Generations, the Thrilling 30, and that name is taken straight from the place he actually lives, not the Polyhex, but like another name for it is Darkmount. Although I still don't know why they couldn't get a copyright on a name Straxus. They had to add the Decepticon prefix, but he's molded from Kingdom Galvatron, who it's just been announced is getting the Studio Series treatment. This toy is going to be put back out with a new shade of purple and a new cannon. And I don't really want it. That purple is not enough to make me swap figures. But here they are as comparison. I don't have another Straxus figure, but I was really happy to be able to pick this up because that small amount of comic book inspired figures, the Shockwave, the Grimlock, him, and somebody we'll take a look at later, are very hard to find. You don't see them in regular toy stores. So when I heard that he was going to be at the convention I was going to, I was like, yep, put me down for one. I need one. I need him. Let's take a look at that head sculpt. And that is something. Certainly a head sculpt I've never seen before. Kind of looks a bit like he stretched a manta ray. Or, you know, that one guy from Cobra Commander. Like the silver face. I don't know, the The helmet, not the silver face itself, but it's the helmet maybe of Cobra Commander. I've never watched G.I. Joe. I don't know. But it does look cool. It kind of looks like his head opens, because there's a little screw or a little pin on each side of his temple with a Decepticon insignia. And like, I kept trying to open it, but I don't think it does. It does, however, move with a ball joint, so it can swivel a bit awkwardly. Get the shoulder pads out of the way. Move up and down a touch. Look down. We're not going into the rest of articulation yet. He's got upside down Triforces on his pecs. Cool. He has some of these line-wide comic book inspired detailing. Mostly black stripes, but they are trying to present an art style, which I don't know if Jack Kirby worked on the Transformers Marvel comics. I know Spider-Man showed up at some point in his black suit, but you know, it looks like somebody tried to draw on it, and not in a bad way. Like I guess he leaped right off the comic book page, if you will. Other things that are remolded from Galvatron: the skirt panel is new. This backpack section is new. These arm kibble bits are new. The chest, obviously. And some of the just molding on the shins. They changed the knee pad detailing, but kept the base of it. And it looked much different in the alt mode. For now, we also have his iconic pickaxe. For those times he really, really wants to pickaxe an Autobot a question. That question probably being, are you ready to die? And he has the articulation to wield it with a very nice dynamic range. I guess he doesn't really need the wristband you associate with a sword, but I wonder if that would have helped him not break his wrist. These bits of the axe are hinged for some reason to give it, I don't know what kind of weapon it looks like now. It doesn't look like an axe anymore. Hook. You can store it on his back using that tab right there. You just have to move this bit out of the way and it'll store right there. His other accessory is the tip of his cannon. I guess it can be considered a gun. He can hold it. It looks like a pretty beefy hand cannon. Or you can plug it Megatron style / Galvatron style, which I'm not a fan of. In my head, this design gets the pickaxe, and that's it. You can store this also on his back on a port right below the other one. You can plug it however you want. That's how I tend to have him. Pickaxe in hand, cannon on his back, ready to cave some fool's skulls in. Other articulation include a universal shoulder motion, which is the right way around on this release. it wasn't all the way down. Now, also, what was fixed on every other release of Galvatron besides the first one, but it can go all the way up, all the way forward, all the way back. You can even go all the way around if you get the shoulder pad out of the way. You get your bicep swivel beyond 90 degrees of elbow bend due to the transformation. You have a wrist hinge, which is actually a mushroom peg, which affords you a swivel here and a bit of inward outward bend, I guess, if you want it. The waist, you do have to get the backpack out of the way, but you can almost get full motion. You have to move more things out of the way, but yep, you get quite a bit of motion. Hips can go forwards, they can go backwards. When they're universal hinges, they can go all the way out. You do get a thigh swivel, 90 degrees of bend on the knee, and a hinge. I do constantly forget to fold his heel spur out, so when I put him down, he tends to fall over, and I go, oh crap, I forgot. But you know, he is very solid. He certainly has the heft that I feel like he deserves, being this character from that brief bio that I read. And you know, I feel like he cuts an imposing figure with this weapon. Like he's very looming and just, what? Start something. Like, as opposed to having a gun, just a robot with a pickaxe. Oh, at least we're not playing Minecraft. Now this toy, being Galvatron initially, shares his complex transformation, which is easy enough apparently to forget if I haven't played with the toy for quite a while. So let's fold in his wrists. Gonna bend his elbow all the way until it tabs into the shoulder. Where? Come on. Tab in. There you go. Tab in on the other side. The shoulder chunks here are going to rotate until they tab in like that. There's a slot right there. And we're going to put the arms away. Forget about them for a moment. Take the cannon off. Undo the backpack. We can do something with the legs. Take these panels and make sure they're hinged so they tab in like that. Yeah. Fold the legs. Make sure they're tabbed in multiple places. I think that might have a stress mark. There's a little bit of white or something there. I'm gonna fold down the feet and fold down that kickstand. And we have to do quite a bit with the torso. So, oh, come on, where is it? There. Unfold that bit. Come on. Yeah. He's locked in securely. Ah. You can untab an arm like that on that strut. There we go on the other one. Ah, there. Nice. Fold this all the way so the head is tucked in. And the cannon barrel sort of is it? Yeah. Oh, and these bits fold up like that to hug tightly, which I think is neat. How do I do this again? My brain is not braining. Oh, right. I think it's how is it? Yes, fold the legs all the way up like that. And then bring that bit down and it'll lock in, and this bit will lock into the legs and lock in right there. And fold these so they're out of the way, because they are going to tab in to the shoulder bits like that. And then fold these ones so these wheels will actually touch the ground, and these bits, the sides of the chest, will lock in. And now you finish it off with the barrel. And there you go. His very silly artillery mode. I don't know if I like it more in blue, because I wasn't really a big fan of this as Galvatron. It seems kind of silly. But here it's, I guess, also silly. Because it's almost a tank. I feel like it's supposed to be a tank, like a Cybertronian tank. Because what is a tank if not a massive weapon atop some tracks? And, these wheels are close enough to tank tracks. He's got 6 wheels. No. He's got 4 wheels. And a couple dummy things that would probably have wheels. But, it's okay. You can plug the axe in after folding it. Oh, folded it the wrong way. Why would you do that? And that adds some bat ears, shark fins. It adds something. It's not a terrible alt mode. And I think it's only in the movie for Galvatron for like one scene that I didn't use in this review, but used in the previous one. I'm not recording these in a particular order, so I don't know if the previous review was Galvatron or not. Speaking of, we have to do size comparison. So here's the size comparison. They have slightly different takes. You can kind of see. So, do I recommend Straxus? I imagine he's hard to find. But if you like the toy, sure. If you like the character, Sure, he's not a bad toy. He's very solid. Visible hands, or take it or leave it, I guess. And this thing is kind of what puts him over the top in my mind. The novelty of this and the fact that I can't think of another character to actually have this kind of weapon. Plus he's blue, if that factors into your decision at all. But again, he's probably hard to find. You could probably find him at a big convention. I don't know where he'd still be available online. I doubt Hasbro has any left. So I don't know. I don't know. But I do know is I'm happy I picked him up. It's an interesting use of the Galvatron mold. I didn't think we were going to get any other non-Galvatrons from that, because they've done the translucent version, the upcoming one, a toy accurate one, which is a whole different thing. This is the only other one I've picked up. And I like him. I like him much more so for the robot mode than the vehicle mode. But that's always going to be the case with this mold. Unless they do a redo, reshell, whatever, that changes the vehicle mode so much that it'll actually be appealing. That would be an interesting task. I don't know what character that would be. But don't put it past Hasbro, I guess. Despite them firing people, laying off. You never know. But I hope more people get a chance to either find this version of Straxus or the old Dark Mount toy. Because both of them, I think, still fit for him. Until next time, we're going to go from an axe to a sword. It'll make sense. Bye.